Good morning, children. Welcome back to the social session after the second term vacation, children. Hope you enjoyed the vacation. And we were learning before breaking for the vacation about democracy and evolving idea, children. So under this, we have seen what are the ingredients required for the successful functioning of a democracy. In order to be called as a democratic setup, what are the elements to be needed? We have seen it needs respect for the minority opinion. It requires a rule of law, and it also requires the participation of minorities, and inclusiveness is required. We also have seen about equality, the freedom for the civilians, that is civil liberties. It also requires a free and fair elections. And the issue of Belgium and Sri Lanka we were talking in the last session. So Belgium is a small country. I share with you today the story of Belgium first. Okay, Belgium is actually a small country in Europe. So of the entire country's population, that is a total population, 59% people live in Flemish region. 59% people live in Flemish region. A region में रहते 59%. And this Flemish region people speak Dutch language. Which language do they speak? They speak Dutch. Okay, 59% of the population lives in the Flemish region and they speak Dutch language. Another 40% of the people live in Wallonia region. Okay, they live in Wallonia region and they speak French. They speak which language? French language. We are discussing about the issue of Belgium, where 59% of the people live in the Flemish region. They speak Dutch. 40% of people live in Wallonia and they speak French. And remaining 1% of the Belgians speak, 1% of Belgians speak German language. Okay. And in the capital city, that is in the Brussels, this is about the entire country. When it comes to the capital, Belgium capital is Brussels. Okay. In the Brussels, coming to the Brussels, 80% of the people, that means 80% of the people speak French language only. Okay. And while 20% of the people speak Dutch language. Now see, 59% of the people speak Dutch language, 49% of the people speak French language in the entire country. But in the capital city, in the capital, okay, majority of the people speak French language. It is minority in the country, but it is majority in the capital city. This is the problem where it is. The minority French speaking, this is the minority in the country. The minority French speaking community was relatively rich and powerful community, and this was represented, resented by the Dutch speaking community. This led to the tensions between the Dutch speaking and French speaking communities during the 1950s and 1960s. The tension between the two communities was more acute in Brussels because Brussels presented a special problem. The Dutch speaking people were in minority. Okay, the people constituted a majority in the country but a minority in the capital, and this is a major problem of the issue in the Belgium. And coming to the Sri Lanka, the next problem is Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka is an island nation which is to the south of India. You know it very well. Okay, very near to India on the southern side. So Sri Lanka is a small island. Island means which is covered on its four sides with water is called as island. So it's an island nation to the south of India. Sri Lanka too has a diverse population. The major social groups are the Sinhali speakers, who are 74% of the entire population, and the Tamil speakers, who are 18%. Most of the Sinhali speaking people are Buddhist, while most of the Tamilians are either Hindus or Muslims. So should the majority communities view prevail in these two countries? Who are majority now? Here the Dutch speaking people are in majority, whereas French are the minority. Okay, but whereas in the capital city, French are in majority and Dutch speakers are the minority. Coming to the Sri Lanka, in Sri Lanka two language speakers are there. One is a Sinhali language speaker and the other one is Tamil language speaker. Sinhali language speakers are 74%. Majority of the population is Sinhali language speakers, whereas minority, 18% of the population only speaks Tamil. That is also to the northern part of Sri Lanka, these Tamil speakers are present. So whether majority rule, if it continues as a democratic rule, then what about the opinion of the minorities here in these countries is the big thing. So if you look at the majoritarianism in Sri Lanka, okay, we have n number of events that occurred to make the minorities rights achieved in Sri Lanka. In Sri Lanka post its independence, हमारे को 1947 में independence आया था, whereas Sri Lanka has got its, it is also a British colony. Sri Lanka is also a British colony. It became independent in 1948. The leaders of the Sinhali community sought to secure dominance over government by virtue of their majority. When they are in majority, automatically the power, the government and everything lies in their hand. So automatically by virtue of majority they have come to power. As a result, the democratically elected government adopted a series of majoritarian measures to establish a Sinhali supremacy in the country. Automatically, when a majoritarian government comes to power, it tries to sort out or it tries to establish its dominance, the majoritarian dominance in the country. That is also what done by the governments which have come to power after independence in Sri Lanka. Sinhali was made the only official language of the country. That means they have disregarded Tamil from the country. The government followed preferential policies that favored only Sinhali applicants for the jobs. A new constitution had stipulated that the state shall protect and foster Buddhism. All these government measures coming one after the other gradually increased the feeling of alienation. That means they are being away, they are keeping these Sinhalis, the Sinhalis are keeping the Tamilians away. That kind of feeling has went into the Sri Lankan Tamilians. So what it led to, we'll see in the next class.